the Battle of Palashi is known as the Battle of Words in the eye of the historian of Bengals. This was not a battle. This was actually a conspiracy against the Nabab Shirazuddaulah. This war is regarded as a major catastrophe or disaster for the peoples of Indian subcontinent, especially for the peoples of Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. Because by the name of this war, the peoples of Bengal, Bihar and Odisha lost their independence nearly 200 years. There are a lot of causes behind this war or battle between the then English and the Nabab Shirazuddaulah. Firstly, after ascending throne, the English didn't send any gift to the Nabab. Not only that, the English didn't pay any courtesy visit to his courts. Such kind of behavior of the English community is a misdemeanor in the eye of the Nabab. This kind of incident annoyed the Nabab Shirazuddaulah. Secondly, though Nabab Shirazuddaulah forbid them to make or to build fortifications in different places of Bengal, but they didn't give any attention to the word of Nabab Shirazuddaulah. Thirdly, the East India Company abused the summon of trade and commerce. They impose more taxes to the peoples of different areas. They oppress peoples, they suppress, depress, exploit peoples, and they collect taxes, even infringing the conditions of agreements. When Nabab ordered them to abide by the rules and regulations of trade and commerce, they didn't give any attention to the word of Nabab. They violated the existing rules and regulations. As a result, the native businesses started to be losers. But to establish rules and regulations or law and order situation established, he has to take some steps. As a result, we see there is a collusion between the then English and the Nabab. Though the English was given some sorts of privilege by the then Alibuddin Khan and Nabab Shirazuddaulah, but they misuse this kind of privilege. As a result, we have noticed collusions between the two community. One is English community, another is the Nababs. Causes of the fall of the Nabab. Well, firstly, the treachery and non-cooperation of the army chief of Nabab Shirazuddaulah. Secondly, the abattoir of the army chief of Nabab Shirazuddaulah, Mizafar and other courtiers play a role of silent spectator in the field of battles. Thirdly, the chief of army and the other courtiers sacrifice the interest of the people, sacrifice the interest of the country for their own profit or own interest. As a result, the Nabab has to bow down head in front of the English soldiers, though their number was small. But though the Nabab possessed a huge number of soldiers, but their strategy was not strong. Their strategy and their weapons was not so developed. As Nabab was young, so he has no more experience, certainty, prudence, steadiness in the field of words. Fifthly, Nabab repeatedly depended repeatedly became dependent on Mezafo, though his knowledge was about the territory of Nabab. Sixthly, Nabab didn't evaluate properly the warning of his mother, of his grandmothers, Alibuddin, about the conspiracy of English against the Nabab. Sixthly, the enemies of the Nabab were united. The fighting strategy, their weapon was so developed and so sophisticated, and they have done everything step by step on the basis of their plan. But Nabab didn't do this as a full-fledged planning. As a result, Nabab has to fail in these battles. Robert Clive had subtlety, prudence, and cunningness. As a result, they were the enemy of Nabab was a full package, but the Nabab was not a full package. As a result, Nabab has to surrender to the English soldiers. The results of this were a battle of Palashi. Firstly, the defeat and death of Nabab Firazuddaulah is the way for the East India Company to direct rule of Indian subcontinent. Whole Indian subcontinent was commercially and politically controlled by the English, or by the East India Company. East India Company then become a political power. They term themselves as a political entity and political rulers instead of being a commercial rulers. Though their first intention was to be a commercial ruler, but at the end of the day, they become a political entity as the Nabab was defeated by the conspiracy of the English. The socio-economic conditions of the country was changed after the war in favor of the English, not in favor of the natives or Indian subcontinent peoples. Finally, though it was a partial war, but its effects was huge because this war has identified the fate of the peoples, or determine the fate of the people who will be a ruler and who will be a ruled. As a result of this war, as the English first was a winner for, so they become a ruler power, they become a ruling power, and as we are ruled, as we are debated power, so we have been treated as rules. Not only that, we have to suffer more than 190 years because of this war. So the impact or importance of this war cannot be told in words.